as Zelensky is in Western Europe, what is the latest news from the front in Ukraine?
Well, the situation for the Ukrainian armed forces on the front line, by their own admission, is very difficult at the moment. They're saying it's difficult but under control, but clearly they are being forced to withdraw at least from part of the town of Avdiivka, which is a town that's been on the front line since 2014, Ukrainian held, but very, very close to the Russian held city of Donetsk, the largest Russian held city in eastern Ukraine. They've admitted, the Ukrainians, that they've withdrawn to what they say are more advantageous positions in some parts of the city. If you look at the map, though, you can see that they're quite close to being surrounded, though they say that they are beating the Russians back, inflicting heavy losses, and that they will prevent the town being surrounded. The troops that were sent in there a few days ago, elite Ukrainian troops, as reinforcements, have been posting videos and saying it's absolute hell in Avdiivka, even comparing it to Bakhmut and Mariupol, where very, very fierce battles were fought and which were already described as hell, and saying that it's even worse. What the Ukrainians may now do is try to hole up in the biggest factory in Avdiivka, which is actually the biggest coking plant in Europe, the coke and chemicals plant, which provides some kind of defences. But if they get surrounded there, then of course they'll be in very big trouble. So that's kind of the biggest news at the moment in Ukraine, but it's not the only place on the front line where the Russians are on the offensive and the Ukrainians are on the back foot. The spokesman for the Ukrainian military in southeastern Ukraine said that the Russians look like they're preparing an offensive to try to retake those parts of Zaporizhia region, which were the only parts where the Ukrainians made any significant advances during their counteroffensive last summer and autumn.
Gulliver Cragg, I'm sorry, that's all we have time for, but thank you so much for reporting there live from Kiev.